fighting for freedom over land and air. G.I. Joe, a real American podcast. G.I. Joe is there.
And that was the second time I had the shits in the morning. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Yo Joe, a real American podcast. Episode 2, Slave of the Cobra Master. Kevin Porter, Dallas Baldwin. What's up, dude? We had a fun fucking weekend, didn't we?
Oh, God, we had the best fucking weekend. We met Sergeant Slaughter.
As you can see on the screen right here,
Yeah.
both Dallas and myself survived the Cobra Clutch.
We survived the Cobra Clutch.
We have our medals of honor, or our challenge coins, right?
Challenge coins, yep. And oh God, he was so cool in person too. I mean, you know, they always say like don't meet your heroes, and oftentimes that's true. But no, he was awesome.
Yeah,
and
dude.
Recognized the Sergeant Slaughter shirt I was wearing right out of the line. Yo Joe.
Yo Joe. Yeah, dude. It was a real good experience, dude. And the guy that he had working with him was like super cool, laid everything out, and you know, you just like they suckered me into it, dude, because like at first I was gonna bring my WrestleMania 7 VHS tape, but I completely like just spaced it. It's sitting on my desk. You know, it's still right now. But like, so I was just gonna get that signed, but then like the pictures were like $60, and then they're like, well, for an extra $20, you can do 4 poses and do the Cobra Clutch and get the challenge coin. And it's like, yeah, okay, that's a 20 extra bucks. All right, let's fucking go ahead and do it, dude. I remember
I want the full show.
I was like so like calm going into it, dude, because like we smoked a bunch of fucking weed before we went into that Comic-Con. And we smoked a bunch of fucking weed. And so we were all fucking, and that was the first thing we did. We literally walked around for a minute and then we're like, all right, let's go find Sergeant Slaughter, dude. And he had a pretty good line, dude. Like we had to wait for 20 minutes or something.
That was I mean, even for a rewind throwback for like nostalgia for the 80s and 90s, that was an excellent con to get some 90s merch, especially G.I. Joe stuff.
Oh, dude.
Because, I mean,
It was all around
us.
us.
I pointed out, yeah, it was all around us. I mean, there was stuff from the Modern Classified series, which I buy a lot of, including tons of, uncarded vintage Joes, and even some rare, I mean, how hard, it's extremely hard to find vintage G.I. Joe still on their card, sealed on that, for people that collect things in box like that. And, I mean, the prices were obviously up there, but it was cool to see that stuff in person.
Oh, yeah.
And I've always known about the legendary USS Flag aircraft carrier, the playset that's over 5 feet long.
I think we talked about that. That's like, yeah, dude. Like, how many times have you ever seen that in person, Dallas?
That was the first time I'd ever actually seen one.
See, there you go, dude. That's how rare those things really were.
Well,
at least no kids back in the 80s are like, Mom, Dad, buy me this $500 fucking playset.
Well, I mean, of course, every kid on the playground is going to say, of course my parents bought me that for Christmas, and then he's going to go home and cry because he knows he's a liar.
Oh, dude, lying on the playground, dude, back in the day, yeah, you had to lie about the shit you had, dude.
That was I remember kids that I hung around with that were into Transformers that like, I have Unicron. It's like, they never made fucking Unicron.
You fucking liar.
And it's like, no, I have Unicron. My parents got him like from Japan. No shit. And it's not like you could get online and check, fact check them or anything like that. So it's like, man, they have Unicron in Japan? When are they bringing that to the States? He doesn't have it. He's a liar.
And then you're trying to like, hey man, let me come over to your house.
Yeah,
let me come over to your house. I want to see that Unicron. They're like, no, dude. Parents said you can't come over because you lit a fire last time. I'm like, what?
It's like, what? It wasn't me that lit the fire anyway. You were the one that was trying to melt bugs on your carpet, asshole.
Bro, okay, you had the matches in your fucking hand when my mom walked through the fucking door. It's all on you, dude. It's like that episode of The Simpsons. Mom, Bart's smoking. Bart's swearing again. That's the episode when he steals Bone. What's that? Bone Crusher or whatever the fuck. That was that Christmas episode from back in the day. And he's like, Milhouse's mom is all like, he's kicking him out. She's kicking him out. And he's all like, can I just like hang out with you and do like mom stuff? Because like Marge was like pissed at him for like shoplifting and stuff. But, yeah, I don't know. Fucking that. I love The Simpsons. Anyways.
The Simpsons are great.
Back to the Washington State Rewind Con that we went to this past weekend, dude. Yeah, dude. As soon as I walked up to Sergeant Slaughter, I was like so fucking calm. Because like, I know we talked about it on the episode about like, oh, it would have been cool to get like a bump with like Sergeant Slaughter being like, listen up here, maggots, you're listening to Yo Joe, a real American podcast, and like it would have been cool, but like it just seemed like they weren't doing that, and it wouldn't even be a point to even ask it.
We probably couldn't have afforded that.
Yeah, probably because dude, there was some premium shit he was selling, dude, because he had all his action figures out, and there were some action figures of Sergeant Slaughter. I don't know if you'd seen before, but it was like those Major Bendums.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, those guys, that's Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, dude. They're a couple professional wrestlers that are like way into action figures. And yeah, dude, Sergeant Slaughter's on their fucking lineup of toys that they've released.
Oh, that's cool. I noticed that they had him in like in his Slaughter's Marauders colors and his original G.I. Joe. That was cool that they were able to factor that in.
They just came out with like big, you remember the big LJN ones, those rubber doll ones?
Yeah, I had
dude.
Hellbilly Jim.
Yeah, they just came out with new Sergeant Slaughter ones. They have one where he's just like dressed up normally. Then they have one where he has like a battle helmet on and shit, dude. And like, that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
I had to go follow Sergeant Slaughter, so yeah, dude. Totally fucking awesome meeting him, dude. Class act. I felt bad though, because like Jimmy Hart was like right next to him. And people were going up to Jimmy Hart, but he did not have the type of line that Sergeant Slaughter did.
Well, Jimmy Hart would be more like a niche type guy. You're the wrestling guy, so you know more about this than
I
me,
mean,
but...
he's a pretty famous, like, you know, manager.
And I remember him, but yeah, he didn't have the stage presence, at least as far as I could see that.
Yeah, I mean,
Sergeant Slaughter had.
True, that is true. I mean, definitely Sergeant Slaughter was a character. I mean, Jimmy Hart's a character in his own sense, but like, I mean, he's got it's pretty limited. You know, he's got the cool jackets. He's got the fucking megaphone. I mean, like, he would fucking distract a wrestler every once in a while. But like, I mean, he's not Sergeant Slaughter winning the world championship going on G.I. Joe. He's not that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jimmy, you can't fucking compete with the Sarge, dude. So, but yeah, dude, we did that, and then we ended up at a very last minute thing of going to the fucking Mariners game, opening fucking weekend, dude.
No, that's gonna be something I'm gonna remember.
Holy shit, what a story, dude.
And I think I said that day too. If that wasn't one of the best days of my life, then that's definitely top 5.
Damn, dude. That's fucking, dude, it was a good day, man. I mean, like, we rolled out of the fucking con, drove the 30 minutes to Seattle, parked in the Soto district a little too far. We probably could have parked a little bit closer, looking at the prices. But, like, me and Ray were so used to, like, going to Seahawk games, because, like, the Seahawk games, dude, like, those parking lots get priced out real quick. The prices you were seeing are like triple, if not 4 times the amount. Like, it's like literally as far as we parked out, that's where you get like $40 parking, dude.
Fuck.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking, they the shit out of you and in fucking Seattle for parking for sure. But like, yeah, so we ended up walking in. We ended up at the Hooverville, went to the Hooverville, Dallas, and had a couple beers.
Was that the name of the place? I can't remember it.
So, like, I was at a hockey game once. I was at a Krakens game, and I was talking to these 2 old dudes. And I was like, wow, this is what I'm going to be like in, like, 20 years, dude. Going to games and shit and stuff and, like, hanging out. But they were like, oh, you ever been to the Hooverville? And I'm like, yeah, I have, because we used to go to shows at the Showbox. And if you go to the shows at the Showbox in Seattle, dude, it's fucking bullshit what they charge you for fucking alcohol in that place, dude. So you go across the street and you get it for like half the price. So you go drink there and then you go back to the show, basically. But nonetheless, we stopped there, had a couple beers, made our way, got tickets, dude, which our plan was that we didn't want to buy them online to avoid the surcharges, which we definitely did.
Yeah,
we definitely did,
because we avoided the lines too.
We definitely did avoid the lines because everything's like wrapped around the fucking block trying to get in the entrances, and we're just like, oh, where's the box office? There's nobody in line for the box office, dude. You think like 30 years ago that place that would have been filled out, right?
That would have been the line.
Yeah, exactly. People buying tickets and shit day up.
And now everyone thinks they're making their life more convenient by buying them online while they're sitting in line waiting to scan those through and get their tickets generated, where we just waltz right through.
Pretty much, dude. Like, we just got in, and then I was just like, dude, okay, so I got 3 dudes behind me. We all want to sit together, and we want the cheapest fucking ticket to get in. So that's what we got. And then we went across the street, and you guys got pretzels, and then we had more beers. I was pretty liquored up at that point, dude. I'm not going to lie. Brandon was too. Like, me and Brandon were drinking buddies that day, and we had a fucking great time, dude.
Oh, we were in varying states of intoxicated, for sure.
Oh, we were, dude.
I don't think there was a sober cat among us.
Smoking weed. I know, dude. Well, it's like most of the time I'll go to games, and like I usually don't drink when I go to those, like because I just like the experience and stuff. But when you're hanging out with Brandon in Seattle, I mean, if Brandon's drinking whiskey, well, I'm not gonna drink whiskey, but I'm gonna drink some beers with him. And so we get in there and we get to our seats up at the very fucking top, basically. Get a beer. We're just chilling out for the first couple innings. And then, you know, we started looking around because, you know, this place ain't fucking sold out. And the way you do it when you go to a fucking sports game, if you're able to, if it's not like a Seahawks games are kind of fucking hard, but like, well, if you go to like a hockey game or a baseball game, you can usually move down. So you can get better seats for, you know,
Free.
basically. So we scouted out some area in the 100 section and like, we're like, all right, let's start moving down. So like, we rode an elevator up there and fucking, dude, like, there's no elevator going back down, dude. I think it was on the opposite side of the fucking the stadium. So we just said, fuck it. We took the stairs, and then we ended up on the second level, and there was this security dude just standing there, and it was like a little entranceway, and I was drunk enough to, you know, say, fuck it. Let's go ahead and, you know, fuck around. I just walk up to him. I'm like, hey, man, can we go in there? And he's like, yeah. It was just some old Asian dude with a fucking face mask on. He just let us walk right in, dude. And so we went into like
He's like, they don't pay me enough to care.
We went into the All-Star Club basically, and like, dude, the amenities in that place, the bars are way nicer. It's a nice, warm, enclosed area, so you don't have to fucking sit in the cold if you don't want to. Which if you're in the upper section or in the lower section, you don't have that option, dude.
Yeah.
The bathrooms are nicer, so we ended up finding a couple seats. Sat down for, you know, the majority of the game, dude. Drank beers, hung out. Was very obscene and obnoxious on my end, at least. You know, you guys were pretty good, but I'd give myself, Brandon and Brandon an A+ for obnoxiousness throughout that whole entire game.
Well, we had to.
You have to. It's a baseball game.
It's a baseball game. You're supposed to yell and be loud.
And then like Brandon's ripping the vape pen the whole entire time. We're just having a grand old fucking time, dude. You know? And so then like we ended up moving one more time to like right behind kind of home base. At least it was on the third baseline basically. And those seats were really fucking good, dude. But that's where like you could tell some people were done with our shit, Dallas.
Those people were too wealthy for their own good.
I just remember this one guy. He kept playing like he'd be like Josh Naylor would be up to bat, and then this guy would be like, "Go Naylor, you can do this. Come on, dude!" And like all this fucking gay shit, dude. And so I just remember
Who taught you to cheer?
I timed it, dude. I was just like, "Shut the fuck up," and he shut the fuck up the rest of the game, dude. I kind of felt bad about that on the back end, but I was like, whatever, dude. It was annoying me in the moment, and
It was so fucking funny.
and I was high as fuck at that point, dude, because like I'd taken 20 milligrams on top of like 5 beers. I was fucking, I mean, I wasn't like out of it, you know, or anything, but like I was definitely fucking feeling it, dude. But anyway, let's talk about fucking episode 2, Slaves of the Cobra Master. Enough of a detour, Dallas.
Yeah, it was a great weekend. It needed to be talked about. But Slaves of the Cobra Master, it's another one in the series dealing with Cobra and their mass device. Cobra Commander's first and one of his biggest plots to take over the world.
If not the best plot.
Oh, there's some bangers that come along.
We're only on episode 2, Kevin. Calm down.
But yeah, it's up there, and it's definitely a classic revered by fans. They recently started coming out with a whole bunch of stuff in the classified toy line dealing with the mass device. I told you about that Snake Eyes I have, and
He's got the glowing hands.
he's got the glowing hands, and he's got the crystal container. And there's a version of Breaker that came out, and he's wearing his gray jumpsuit, and he's got his comm helmet and radio. He's got the meteorite, and that'll be in an upcoming episode. And then they have the diver sets, and they've got the heavy water that's required to power the mass device.
But it ain't fucking around these days, dude. They're just like, dude, there's fucking G.I. Joe fans out there, dude. They got cash money.
Well, it's a relief, too, because it was gone for a while. It's even in the modern area, you know, both the revered 80s tie lines eventually died out. Transformers had their day, G.I. Joe had their day. And then G.I. Joe made a comeback in the early 2000s when they were releasing some of the classic ones and repaints of the old figures. And it was performing okay. It still had its fans. It didn't quite have the renaissance that Transformers did due to like the Michael Bay movies and things like that. They tried, but
the attempts at those movies were kind of low effort.
Those movies were so bad. The
You don't like The Rock being in a G.I. Joe movie, dude?
I'll give Retaliation a little credit. Retaliation at times had high points and actually felt like a G.I. Joe movie. They did things a lot better than they did in the first movie, which was just whack ass.
I was gonna say I know I saw the first one, but I don't think I ever saw the second one. And if I did see the first one, it was literally when it came out. So like I don't remember any of it.
The second one had its high points. I'll give it that. Did better than any of Michael Bay's movies.
There's still like talk about him coming back with another movie, right? I mean, like it feels like he owns the license to
at
the
this point, I think
Transformers
he
movie,
does.
right?
The Bumblebee movie was pretty good and actually felt like a Transformers movie for once, but that's
the
a
one with
subject for the other
John
podcast.
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude, I got that on my my on demand, dude, because I own that because my kids were like really into those movies.
Bumblebee was pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't hate that when I saw it. I didn't hate it, but let's go ahead and break this episode down, dude.
Yeah. We pick up where we left off. Duke's a slave of Cobra in the Silent Castle in Transcarpathia. And he's basically being used as a video game character by Cobra and Destro, who are making him fight oversized Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, like wannabe Conan, like a wannabe Conan the Barbarian.
And this big arena that's filled with Cobra troopers that are all watching them basically.
I wish our job would do that. I mean, come on, dude. Where's the entertainment?
Yeah. You see some of the people that we get there that roll out of that. I mean, it'd be like Indiana Jones getting chased by the boulder.
Fucking penis and his fucking suspenders. Well, censor that one.
Have a blessed day.
Have a blessed day out now, you hear? Number one hit coming to fucking radios near you, dude. Do people even listen to music on the radio anymore? I don't think so. I mean,
Old
maybe.
people.
Yeah. Fox News, CNN, and 94.5. I love my rock hits.
He who wears the suspenders.
He who wears the suspenders listens to thy radio.
But at one point, where am I in the episode? Oh yeah,
The beginning.
the slave girl that Cobra has captured. She comes out to bring Duke water during a break, and she passes him what looks like I can't tell what the hell that thing is. Really, it looks.
I thought it was acid at first.
Yeah, it's gonna look like
oh
an acid
shit, he's gonna
tap.
give him some LSD. What a cool chick.
This will help you deal with being a slave.
We make it ourselves.
But I don't know. It was like a Band-Aid or something. But Duke slips it up underneath the connection points of his headband that they make him wear. And that way he's able to fight off the motor controls from the control headband.
Yeah, you know, because we totally have that type of technology.
Well, Cobra's on the cutting edge.
Yeah, exactly. Destro knows what's up, dude. He's all about you. You've heard about the PS5. Now check this shit.
Yep.
Fuck your virtual reality, fucking Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah. Metaverse this.
Boom. Cock in the mouth, bitch. Come on.
Destro's giant metal dick.
Fucking Mark Zuckerberg sucking on Destro.
Let's you put this in your metaverse.
Cobra Commander's like, it's my turn next.
It's my turn next.
Suck my dick.
Which
Zuckerberg.
I think he drops the whole lisping hiss thing.
Yeah, I think he
after
told me
the
that.
miniseries.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You already noticed in this episode that he's not doing it as much.
They're like, let's tone it back on the but I love the
I always thought it was a cool character trait, but yeah, he pretty much dumps it right after the first miniseries.
They figured it'd probably just get annoying after a while.
But it cuts back to the G.I. Joe team trying to figure out how they're going to beat Cobra with their mass teleporting device. And Dr. Oh, I forget his name.
I forget his name. I fell asleep during that part, dude. And I think every single G.I. Joe did too.
Yeah, they look like they were just about done. It's like, okay, this is science shit. When are we going to get to shoot somebody?
They got up pretty quick after that, after we made that comment, dude, because they were just like, let's
It's
fucking
like,
go!
Why don't you just give us the long and skinny of it? In order to defeat Cobra, we will have to make our own mass device. You could have led with that.
Fucking old men in their fucking speeches, dude.
Yeah, in order to create a mass device, we require the three catalytic elements. Crystals mined from the Sea of Ice in Antarctica. What an original name.
Right.
And then he hasn't covered the other two because those are plot points for the other episodes.
Imagine being like, imagine being in the writer's room. It's like, what do we want to call it? What about the Sea of the Arctic or whatever?
The Sea of Fire? That makes no sense, ass. It's Antarctica. Okay, the Sea of Ice, fine. Do whatever you want.
Just fucking get me my fucking coffee, you piece of shit.
I don't care what you call it as long as you finish writing the episode.
Just suck my fucking dick. That's how writers' rooms were back in the day. I thought they all had blowjobs and gay sex.
Only on cocaine days.
Bet you suck my dick if I don't suck your dick. What? What'd you say?
What?
I don't know, dude. I can't control my fucking mind. I'm on so much cocaine. Suck my dick right now. What the fuck do you keep saying that? I can't even get it hard right now, bro. I'm on so much cocaine.
Either you had a runny nose or you were doing a bunch of rails in the bathroom.
Yeah. You go to the bathrooms at the Mariners game, everybody's just doing coke. You're like, oh, this is the best baseball game ever.
We're in an all-star club. It's like, you guys clearly can afford to be here.
I know, dude. It's like we were talking about. It's like they live, dude. It's like we're not supposed to be here. We're too white trash, Dallas. We're too white trash. But yeah, so they get the idea and then they fucking roll out, right?
Yep, they roll out to the Arctic. And then it cuts back to Duke. And Duke manages to pretend to be under control long enough to escape while Cobra Commander and Destro are trying to make him fight once again. And he manages to scale up a wall inside the stadium, jump down into a runoff while a bunch of Cobra troops shoot at him. Which, you know, of course, I'm certain other better equipped podcasts have probably covered this before. Cobra troops cannot shoot.
Worst shot in the business, dude. Worse than stormtroopers, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking Star Wars eat your fucking heart out, dude.
It must be something about mass amounts of soldiers using lasers or something like that cannot hit a freaking thing.
I think they're just kind of retarded or something, dude.
Well, I mean, they are the bottom of the bucket when it comes to Cobra hierarchy.
They're like, dude, we got all these guys from some like third world country out here, dude. We don't know what the fuck we're doing.
The Cobra Troopers, which are actually very well defined in the episode, where they actually take the time to detail out rank and things like that. The Cobra Troopers are actually very well fleshed out for how insignificant they are. Yeah. And that's one thing that always kind of stood out about the G.I. Joe cartoon. Because you have your standard rank and file Cobra Trooper. He's just your infantry grunt. Not really good for much else.
Can't shoot.
Yeah, here's your balaclava, your helmet, and your submachine gun.
When's the next fight there, Destro?
And it's like, you'll know, because you're probably going to die.
Because you're next, actually. Wait, what? Start training, you little bitch.
But they actually, just like they did with the action figures, one of the first enemy, Cobra, the enemy action figures they released for the Real American Hero line was the Cobra Trooper, and then they had the Cobra Officer. Mm-hmm. And there was a slight variation in the difference between those. The officers had the chevron on their helmet and the white Cobra logo on their shirt.
Okay.
Or silver, depending on how you looked at it.
Sure.
And
it's like one of those games where they just can't you're like, what color is it? Dude, it's pink. No, it's blue.
Animation obviously has to make it white for that day and age, but
makes sense, dude. TVs back then, dude, they could only handle so much.
But the Cobra, they actually they went the extra mile to make sure that the officers stood out from the rank and file.
That's pretty cool. Hell yeah.
And they haven't even gotten into some of the other, like the Cobra Elite forces are usually called Vipers.
Oh, Vipers, dude? They're getting down with the Vipers? Oh,
yeah,
shit.
And those will show up later in the cartoon.
Okay.
But those are the guys with the mirrored helmets, like Cobra Commander.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
They got Vipers to fill. I mean, there's been jokes about coffee Vipers, and those are the guys that provide coffee to Cobra Commander in the morning because they've got a Viper for just about every job and every role.
So wipe my ass.
The ones that are just called Vipers are their infantry Vipers, which, as I always understood, it was kind of like the difference between infantry and like Army Rangers. Vipers are specialized in training and they have way more skill. I mean, as far as a cartoon goes, they're still cannon fodder, but
they never got no side stories now, did they?
One did.
One did? Okay. One amongst the 300.
One infantry Viper amongst the hundreds and hundreds of them to appear in the cartoon.
Right.
Mercer, one of Sergeant Slaughter's renegades.
Oh no shit.
If
Oh,
you
he's a renegade.
Yeah.
He's a fucking turncoat.
If you remember him from the G.I. Joe movie.
Oh, okay.
He was... Sergeant Slaughter introduces him as one of the only Cobra Vipers to ever defect and escape Cobra Island.
So he defected from Cobra.
Yeah, he was a turncoat. And
I thought he turned and like joined Cobra. That's what you're saying.
no, he started out as a Cobra Viper and
yeah,
he went to join G.I. Joe, but G.I. Joe wouldn't have him given that he was ex-Cobra. So he joined Sergeant Slaughter's off the books team.
Hell yeah, dude. Fucking, that's cool to know that Sergeant Slaughter was off the books, dude. Makes sense.
Oh, Sergeant Slaughter got to do all the cool shit because he was the Sarge.
Right. So Duke fucking escapes.
Yep, Duke escapes, and the slave girl appears up in the glider hangar up in the Cobra's mouth of the Transcarpathian Silent Castle, and she says, "Use the Viper glider. You know that's how you'll escape." Which was a really cool toy. I had one of those when I was a kid.
It looks cool, dude.
Yeah, it's basically just a paper airplane made out of really thick, like that thin binder plastic.
Sure.
And a little clamp for an action figure to ride on it. And you throw it to glide around the room.
Breaks. This breaks within like
nowadays
a year.
It's probably just shattered like glass. But
yeah. Look, Mommy, we paid $50. You're not getting another one.
Yeah, you're not getting another one. Exactly.
Fucking go to your room. You broke my lamp. But Mommy, I haven't ate dinner. I don't give a shit if you haven't eaten dinner. Get the fuck over there. Go stand in the corner. Mommy, shut up.
Do you think I like hitting you?
Because I do. I do.
Childhood trauma, everyone.
These jokes were brought to you by Channel 23 Productions. All jokes are jokes. Do not take them seriously. Ow! Ow! Okay, you want some SpaghettiOs? All right.
Here, open the can with your teeth.
Oh, you got to get rid of those baby teeth sometime. So I'm saying, dude, this chick that saves Duke.
You're the reason I divorced your mother.
So this chick that saves Duke, like, she has probably been fucking railed by every single Cobra fucking employee in that whole entire castle.
Her nickname is Doorknob.
Doorknob. Damn, dude. No, dude, she's fucking hot, dude. Like when she gave Duke the golden ticket, like in the animation you could see like her cleavage and shit. I'm like, damn, those are some hot titties.
Those are some horny animators.
Dude, I know. Imagine like, dude, we gotta make sure there's cleavage in that shot.
That's what they've always said, like, Disney shows like The Little Mermaid and stuff like that. It's like, it's like, why were you guys so perverted the way you drew some of that stuff and snuck it into that? It's like, you try drawing Ariel 600 times a frame.
Yeah, dude, you're gonna get horny every once in a while, but like, you're like, bro, what the fuck, dude? It's a mermaid.
Have you seen some of the messed up stuff if they snuck onto that?
Oh,
like
yeah.
The old
I know all
VHS
about
cover?
I know, dude. I have like an extensive Disney VHS collection. You guys don't see it because I hide it from Well, it's not that I hide it. It's just the fact that I don't have room in here for it. So like, keep it out in cupboards out there, dude. But yeah, the Aladdin.
The stuff I didn't pick up on as a little kid, but saw all too well as an adult.
Well, it's like I kind of remember hearing about it like younger though. You always kind of hear about that. Like,
yeah, your cousin tells you, your older cousin tells you, and it's like, no, that's not true. You're just full of it.
My older cousin told me like my first dirty joke. He's like, dude, have you ever heard of Johnny Fucker Faster? It's like, what? It's like, yeah, dude, this kid named Johnny Fucker Faster. He goes to school one day, and his teacher's like, you gotta stay after school. And he's like, all right. I don't fucking remember the joke. I was thinking about it. I was like, somehow he ends up fucking the teacher. And then people walk in there like, Johnny Fucker Faster. And he's like, I'm fucking her as fast as I can. And I remember being like 9 years old, dude, and hearing that for the first fucking time and just laughing my ass off. And here we are, fucking episode 2, Slaves of the Cobra Master, dude. But yeah, that chick bangs. 100%, dude.
But, yep, Duke makes his escape from Cobra. Ends up busting out of the Silent Castle, steals a glider, and narrowly... Actually, a pretty cool sequence where he's evading the other Cobra troopers that are in their Viper gliders trying to take him down. And this is one of those shows that definitely doesn't lack for action. It's great like that.
What happens to the other G.I. Joes? Because they go to Antarctica, right?
Yeah. Duke makes his escape, drops out of the glider, lands in a hiss tank, and drives out. And then crashes into a mud puddle and gets thrown from the hiss. And the
Typical.
Cobra Troopers are like, well, he's clearly dead. There's no reason for us to check on that or anything.
They thought they were gonna get bonuses, dude. Like,
Yeah, we're going to tell Destro about this and get bonuses. And Destro's going to be freaking pissed. And, and to help remember, too, Duke gave the slave girl his G.I. Joe ring.
Oh, yeah, to remember him by.
But it's also going to have a transmitter in it, if I remember correctly, that comes into play in the episode.
Yeah, it's fucking spoiler, dude.
When he gets back and Doc examines him. And Doc is such a cool character. That was one of my favorite Joes when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many other kids played with their Joes like that or took,
No
it's
one
not exciting unless you're running
No
around
one
shooting
does.
everything. But it was like, I had fun bringing in like the wounded soldiers off the battlefield and patching them up with Doc's medical supplies and shit like that.
I mean, somebody's got to repair him, dude. And you had the right mindset on that one.
And Lifeline, he came with an oxygen mask and an IV drip, and you had Doc with his stretcher and everything like that. So you could say, you could basically just reenact MASH out there.
Oh, you really could, dude. You really could. I always played with wrestling toys, so my guys always like fought each other. That's like the type of play I always did. Like the wrestling ring was there, dude. I had like Jack's action figures. Like kids today, dude, like, or I should say us today are very lucky to have such like high quality action figures. Because like, dude, I'm sitting here, I got wrestling toys on the table and stuff.
Oh,
like,
I never would have thought that I'd have something.
Yeah,
like
dude.
this.
Like the quality compared to like what we were getting, like because like the Hasbro ones that fucking WWF came out with were pretty fucking decent and like good quality. But then they did these. They had a deal with Jack Pacific. You ever heard of that company?
Oh yeah.
Jack Pacific sucks. Like, dude, those toys would fucking the arm would break off and you couldn't pop it back on.
Those were the ones
And it was
that they called
basically
like shampoo bottle toys, didn't they? Because I know it wasn't just wrestling; they did it for other lines too, and they had a bad reputation.
I was gonna say the only experience I have is like I don't understand. Like, there's like I was talking about like Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. They actually like. I haven't like I should listen to what they say about it because like honestly in my opinion like Jack Pacific sucks and I would not want to collect any of those like to play with or anything, dude, because they just suck. They broke fucking super easy. The detail wasn't that fucking great. Whatever, dude. Fuck Jack Pacific, dude. But yeah, let's go ahead and finish up this fucking episode.
Yep. So Duke gets back and he can't remember anything. He's got amnesia. His brain's been pretty well fried by that headband that they had him wearing. But
And all that acid he took too.
Yeah, all that acid too. But it's coming back to him. And meanwhile, the Joes are in the Arctic looking for these rare energy producing crystals. They need to build their own mass device, which Cobra has already demonstrated to the world. He's now threatening world leaders.
Oh, and, yeah, he had the scenes where he like went into Russia and
yeah,
shit.
Yeah, he went into Russia and stole an entire battalion. And
all Russians look alike, dude.
Yeah, all these soldiers march rank and file and look exactly like one another. It's pretty easy to see what... And, of course, Cobra Commander's making jokes about comrade and stuff like that. Typical jokes that would have been popular in the 80s, dealing with the Soviet Union.
If they could have gotten away with a couple vodka jokes, I'm sure they would have.
Yeah, they
but
probably...
This is, kids' cartoons and shit, dude.
Well, kids in the 80s knew what vodka was. That's what Mommy gives me to help me sleep.
Wait, what? Hey, drink this.
Drink this so I can watch TV without you waking up every 5 minutes.
Yeah, I know. Kids today, they give them like cough syrup or something. Like, oh, no, go to bed, Johnny. Go to bed. No, back in the day, dude, it was shots of vodka.
Robo Trip.
Oh, God. I never, like...
1 out of 10 will not recommend.
I was going to say, dude, like, we did that one time. We were fucking bored on, like, a Saturday night. And, like, me and my buddy were like... It was his idea too. I'm very like gullible, dude. If you want me to do this shit with you, like you could probably talk me into it, And so like we go get a thing of cough syrup, but I just remember drinking it and like just passing out. Like I didn't drink enough.
You
like
didn't even get to meet the Hat Man.
I didn't stay up long enough for it, dude. I passed out.
I got to meet the Hat Man. He accused me of being a capitalist and said he was going to steal the change in my car.
What the fuck?
That's a whole...
I feel like we need to see the Hat Man again, bro. We need to go back in. Let's do it, dude. This Saturday. We're fucking drinking NyQuil, dude.
I just remember getting into my room. Oh, man. This Robitussin's fucking me missionary.
You ever listen to MC Chris? He's got a song about doing that. It's called Robo Tussin. Tussin. It's a cool fucking song. If you haven't listened to MC Chris, dude, check out MC Chris, dude. I think you'd like him. Nerd girl, I don't deserve you.
I think that's probably one of Brandon's favorite stories when I tell him about the Hat Man. But anyhow,
it's a good story. Now it's on record.
Yeah. Anyhow, Joe's in the Arctic, and they're looking for the crystals. And they find the mine where Cobra's been sourcing the red crystals for their mass device. Unfortunately, the place is lined with traps.
Of course it is.
And they're also being pursued by Major Blood and a whole battalion of Cobra Hiss tanks who seal them inside the cave when they're trying to fight their way out. And then the snake armor pops out of the walls, being hidden in there. And interestingly enough, the snake armor toy was always depicted as kind of a mech, where like the new classified one that I was showing you earlier is more like a true mech where they sit inside the body itself. In the other one, it was more action figure size, where the legs would go inside the legs and the arms would go inside the arms. You could put a Cobra Trooper in there or something like that and make him power it. It was kind of a cool little toy. But instead of being powered by an individual, they're portrayed as robots in this episode, which is interesting.
It's an interesting creative take for sure.
Yeah, I wonder if there's... My headcanon always wonders about that stuff when I mess around with my own toys. It's like, so do they have like an autonomous mode or something where no one's piloting it and just... Because that would make them like the Bats.
Right.
And the Battle Android Troopers, which those are cool too. We'll get to those later. And Snake Eyes, he gets the crystals, but the shaft starts filling with poison gas, and the crystals themselves are heavily irradiated. Snake Eyes, being the absolute chat he is, realizes he can't expose his friends to this. So at the very last minute, he makes it seem like, go and I'll catch up with you. And then he closes the emergency door behind him, puts his hand on the glass, like saying goodbye. And everyone realizes that Snake Eyes has just irradiated himself and taken one for the team.
I love the part when they're trying to radio him, and I asked you, I was like, "Does Snake Eyes ever talk?" They're like, "No, dude." I was like, "Why does he fucking have a walkie-talkie then?"
Exactly. Because. I guess he can hear orders just fine, and he uses mannerisms and gestures to get his point across, but you can't hear those over a radio.
Yeah, I mean, FaceTime wasn't invented yet, dude. If they had FaceTime, video ones, they'd be like, "All right, no, he's good." Like, he's good. But yeah, dude, the episode is pretty fucking good though, dude, because they break out, right?
Yep, they break out, and Snake Eyes is left behind, and there's a whole big adventure that goes into that, and that is a great part of that episode too.
So at this point, when the episode ends, when they Duke's in the they bring Duke back and whatnot, they get back to the base. Snake Eyes hasn't reappeared yet, right?
Yeah, Snake Eyes hasn't reappeared.
So at this point, we still think Snake Eyes is gone.
Yeah, as far as they know, Snake Eyes is dead, but Snake Eyes escapes and is very, very sick.
Can't wait, dude. Well,
but he goes through a whole adventure in the Arctic, barely clinging on to life, and they'll cover that in the next episode because that's some great shit.
I was gonna say, dude, we got fucking episode 3 to look forward to.
And
now.
I think the next episode is the one where they have the scuba segment too, which is that's all really cool stuff.
Yeah, I know, fucking. The Worms of Death, dude.
It is the Worms of Death. Okay, good.
The Worms of Death.
Yeah, the
preview for the next episode.
Tube worms, which are a real thing, but not like they're portrayed in the cartoon. But
we'll just have to wait and see, Dallas.
That was. It's funny, especially considering that I was Army and really had nothing to do with the ocean or sea. They taught me how to use a rebreather and stuff like that for underwater stuff. But some of my favorite G.I. Joe stuff are the divers. The scuba guys and things like that. That James Bond Thunderball fighting under the water with spear guns and knives. The stuff that's never actually happened in any armed conflict in human history.
I was gonna say, dude, that'd be fucking so hard, being underwater.
When they were training us on the rebreather, I remember asking the instructor, it's like, "Oh, so we're gonna do the Navy SEAL stuff, gouging shit with knives and stuff like that." And it's like, no, that's never happened.
Just you've been watching that G.I. Joe shit, haven't you?
He's like, you were watching James Bond, weren't you? And I was like, that was a good movie.
That was a good movie, dude.
And he's like, during D-Day, I know they had the UDTs that, took out the anti-ship mines and stuff for the landings. Didn't they get in fights with like Nazi frogmen or something? No.
Never happened.
This is very anticlimactic.
It's like, oh, this is the real world life, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, I was like reading stuff in like Soldier of Fortune about underwater knife fighting techniques and stuff. There are no underwater knife fighting techniques. You can't even move that quick underwater.
We're gonna come over to your house this summer. You're gonna be in the pool, dude. We're gonna see you over there just fucking practicing, dude. It's like, one day, dude. One day this is gonna happen.
I won't lie. I totally play with my Rambo knife in the river.
Hey, man. We all gotta have some fun some way, one way or how. For sure, dude. Well, shit. I think that's it, dude.
Yeah, I think that about covers it.
That's
and the
it,
next episode's going to be a great one.
Yeah.
And, yeah, scuba stuff. That's introduces torpedo, worms of death. You get to see the Baroness in a scuba suit.
Fuck. Oh.
Nice.
Oh, I'm bricked up now, dude. What the fuck? Baroness in a fucking scuba suit. Ladies and gentlemen, Yo Joe, Real American Podcast, Episode 2, Slaves of the Cobra Master. Definitely make sure you guys are subscribed to our YouTube page, our brand new YouTube page. Go ahead and share, like, subscribe, comment, do all that stupid shit they tell you on every other podcast.
Yes, please. Save us from an existence of servitude.
Please, sir. Please, sir. And then also make sure to check out our brand new YouTube page for the podcast In Disguise, dude. A Transformers retrospective, which, you can find Saturdays and Sundays, dude. We got you covered, man.
We got entertainment all weekend for you.
All weekend for you. So, I'm Kevin Porter for Dallas Baldwin. We'll see you guys next time. Say Yo Joe.
Yo, Joe.
Yo Joe!